We're live, Blake. Hey, what's up? Welcome back to Knoxville Nights. We're doing something a little bit different than we've been doing here for a while. Haven't been live in what, since Chili Bowl, boys?
Yeah,
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, it's been a bit.
Sounds about
So,
right. Yeah.
welcome. We are presented by Jetco. Make sure you jump in on the comments wherever you're watching. We're also wherever you're watching. Hit like and share the post. That will help get us to everybody on the interwebs. We're also going to be posting this on the audio platforms. You can watch and listen on Spotify, listen on Apple Podcasts, any other podcast platforms that you like. Create a Dirt Vision account as well because the videos also go up on Dirt Vision for free. Got a lot that we can talk about. It's probably just going to be a little different from our normal episode, going to be a little bit more chill. We'll hopefully get some questions, comments from you guys. We can have a little banter back and forth. Cade, first off, you tried to avoid us this week, but you had a nice little weekend away from the racetrack. You feeling refreshed, ready to go chase the championship?
Oh, dude, I was telling Maggie, I said I didn't realize I needed that much of, or I didn't realize I needed a break that bad. But yeah, I got to go down to Lake of the Ozarks with our engine builder, Lee Nelson, and got to hang out with the Morrow family. And yeah, it was a really good weekend.
Sounds like a lot of trouble.
It was a blast.
Good deal. Love to hear it. Blake, we spent the weekend up at Huset's Friday and Saturday. Had a good time.
Yeah, it was. I was happy with the weather. I don't know how many times we talked about the weather with different people, and it was like, yeah, the weather was so much better than it had been the last 2 years. Obviously, 2 years ago was the floods, and then last year was the heat. So it was great weather. You couldn't ask for anything better there. Just so I don't have to answer it a couple times, I am in a different background. I'm dog sitting back in Grinnell for my parents who are in Hawaii. So I'm in a different location. That's why I have a headset on. I hate having to wear a headset on a podcast setting like this. But yeah, no, it was a great week. It was a great week. Great weekend, Josh, and it was a lot of fun. A lot to talk about.
Indeed. We got a lot to talk about. We're going to try to hit some of the local stuff that happened, Sprint Invaders, IRA. Then we're going to talk about High Bank Nationals, sprinkle in a little bit of the Super Dirt Cup out at Skagit, just everything. But first, we have a few housekeeping notes. If you want our merch, you want this hat, you want the hat that Cade's wearing, we don't have any shirts that are Track Threads shirts, but you can go to shoptrackthreads.com. There's also a very cool, maybe kind of limited edition, limited run Josh Higday pre-order that's going on right now. Josh is getting inducted into the Hall of Fame, Sprint Car Hall of Fame down at Knoxville Raceway this weekend, so you can pick it up there. You can also get all of our merchandise at the Track Threads trailer on race day as well. Just really the biggest news, I would say, it came out just today, I think, that Anthony Macri is going to be returning to the seat this weekend out in Williams Grove on Friday, so he's going to try to back up his PA Sprint Speed Week title. And like I mentioned, this weekend is the Knoxville Raceway Track Hall of Fame induction this weekend. Chris Duncan, Clint Garner, Josh Higday, Jeff Rasmussen, Jerry Smith, and Rick Van Donsler will be going into the Raceway Hall of Fame. If you'd like to attend, there is going to be a lunch served at the Dyer Hudson Hall on Saturday, approximately 12:30. You can call to get tickets, 641-842-5431. That is how you can get tickets. I believe I saw they're $10. Be cool. Support those guys. I know I'm going to try to make it down there. Cade, I know you're going to be there for sure.
Yep.
That'll be cool. I'm excited to experience that with you and your family.
Yeah, it'll be fun for sure. It'll be interesting to see what Josh has come out of his mouth. He's kind of a loose cannon sometimes, so we'll see what kind of Josh we get. He's been super calm about it, like just not really acknowledging the fact that it's the Hall of Fame. Like it'll hit him, I think, on Saturday. It'd be cool.
Yeah, for sure. Maybe we'll get him on here. Sit down after the races. That could be fun. I know where to find him.
He's a loose cannon, I'm telling you.
Well, I might have to get the beat button here, get it ready in post. But no, that'll be cool. One of my favorite weekends. Same with the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame induction weekend. Those are two of my highlights of the year. Blake, you want to start diving into some results, talk a little Knoxville Raceway, kind of points going into this weekend, and then dive into High Bank Nationals?
Yeah, so they had Sprint Invaders this past week. Friday, it was Tasker Phillips came away with the victory, and then on Saturday, Jack Thomas came away with the victory. Good win for Jack. I'm pretty sure that's his first career Sprint Invaders win, if I'm not mistaken. So pretty cool for Jack. And then on Friday, with the IRA. Clint Boyles goes to victory lane. It was very ironic because Josh and I were listening to his episode with TLP on the way up to Huset's, and just kind of put that all into perspective. Then to see him win was pretty cool. He's been knocking on the door for so long, it feels like. And then Brock Hallett picks up the win on Saturday with the IRA. IRA, if you haven't been keeping up with the point standings, it's unbelievable. I think the top 4 are all within 20 points of each other, which is just crazy.
12. Officially 12, yeah.
So, yeah, if you're not watching the IRA, you need to keep watching the IRA. I believe Logan Julian is the points leader.
He is 1 point above Travis Aarons and 2 points above Armitage.
And then Paul Nienheiser's
12
right there.
Nienheiser. Yep.
Yeah, so absolute blast. Always good to keep up with those guys. And then Luke Lane won the Sprint Kings feature at Boone this past week. So really cool to see those guys out there running. For an update for 410 point standings here for our Light and State Bank 410s, just as a refresher, Ryan Timms is your point leader by 279 points over Austin McCarl. It feels like with the trend that he's on, he's going to have that one race gap that he needs to be able to take off to Kings Royal. So most likely he'll have that. Austin McCarl second, JJ Hickle is third, Justin Henderson fourth, Brian Brown is fifth, Chris Martin is sixth, Jace Park seventh, Terry McCarl eighth, Carson McCarl ninth, and Kelby Watt round out your top 10. Anything stand off the page there that we haven't already talked about in the last couple of weeks?
No, I don't
really
think
think so.
Yeah.
Okay, we kind of covered it after the last race weekend down at Knoxville. Yeah. I'd say Kelby Watt, he also had a really good run. I believe it was with the
P2.
IRA, right? He picked up a P2, yeah.
I think it was IRA or Power Eye. I can't remember, but
yeah, it may have been Power Eye. There was
P2.
way too much stuff going on.
There's a lot going on this past weekend.
Yeah.
Randall Roofing 360 Sprint Cars. Tasker Phillips leads the way by just 11 points over Cade. Clint Garner is third, 221 back. Sawyer Phillips is fourth. Ryan Levitt is fifth. Cam Martin sixth. Ryan Giles seventh. Evan Semerod is eighth. Alex Vandervoort is ninth, and Cameron Sorrells round out your top 10. Cade, I'd love to see you win this weekend, but I would really like to see Clint Garner hit 50 for a night that he's getting inducted into the Hall of Fame. I think that'd be pretty cool. But the point standing is going to be neck and neck here the rest of the way.
Yeah, as far as I go, I need to win for the for the point deal, but that'd be super cool for my dad also. That'd be really special to win this weekend. But yeah, I wouldn't hate to see the 40 win either. That'd be pretty damn special for them.
It would be a very, very, very late night, I think, if you were able to do that on Saturday. Also, shout out Evan Semerod. He was P2. Speaking about P2s, he was second with the Sprint Invaders on Saturday. That was pretty cool to see that as well.
And then in your Raceway Tire and Exhaust Pro Sprints, which for some reason the sponsor's not on the website, we got to get that figured out. Jay Kinder is your points leader by 216 points over Tyler Thompson, Chase Young, Casey Fredrickson, and Brody Johnson. Jay will be going for 5 in a row on Saturday night. If he can do it, he becomes the first ever driver to win 5 straight in a pro sprint at the Knoxville Raceway. And the other story will be Clayton Vanderploeg. See Clayton Vanderploeg back on the racetrack. Obviously a runner-up and then a win that was then taken away from him. He'll be fun to watch as well. So still a lot to look forward to this week with the Hall of Fame night coming up. And then I saw as well that they're having donations, or donors came up. You'll have to check it here, Josh, on the name. I believe it's Cormac. The VP Fuels thing for the 4th of July race, which is really cool. I think $200 to the winner, if I'm not mistaken. $250. Cade, I guess just quickly touching on that, because the track wants to keep pushing that. You can go on the website right now, shopknoxvilleraceway.com, and you can purchase fuel for a driver. How far does that go? Like, I mean, is that a pretty big deal for guys that if you show up to your fuel's paid for?
Yeah, for sure. And especially like your smaller local teams, which I feel like is the backbone of Knoxville Raceway. I mean, obviously you get in the 410 class, you get some bigger teams like the Browns and the McCarls that Austin's fortunate enough now that he races for a pretty big team. But I mean, your local like 360 and 305 guys, that's huge for our race teams and not have to pay for that on the weekend.
And what's like? I know you can buy by the drum and all that stuff, so it kind of works out. But on average, what would you guess a night of your fuel cost is?
I mean, you're anywhere from 125 to 175 bucks, depending on what you're buying and how many laps the features are. I mean, some of our features are longer, and that always throws a wrench in the schedule. That like I don't ever think about it. I always have extra fuel, but sometimes I'm like, damn, we used all of our jugs this weekend. That was kind of weird.
Yeah.
And one other
Oh,
thing, Blake, on the pro
yep.
sprint, Jake Hinder's also going for history here this weekend. He is sitting at 16 total wins in the pro sprint class. That is one behind Matthew Stelzer, so he could become tied with the the record. That's the word I was
Yeah,
looking
most wins. Yeah,
for. Most
wins all
wins
time.
in pro sprint history
Yeah,
at
he
Knoxville
is tied
Raceway.
with Devin Klein right now at 16. Has a chance to tie Matthew Stelzer.
Indeed.
So unless Matthew comes out this week and wins, I mean, it's very possible. So
We have seen him out here this year.
he has won in the last couple of years. All right, let's talk about Huset's. The Huset's Hustle on Wednesday. The Hefty Seed Huset's Hustle. That's, the H's run together. I saw a couple guys saying it rolled off the tongue. Great. 50 cars at Huset's. They had less than Skagit. I think Skagit had about 54, 53, but still, that's about as even as you can get. For the Wednesday night stuff, I don't know how much we'll go into detail, especially like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, because that's almost a week ago. So we'll see what happens. I'll still name stuff off. Flight A for qualifying on Wednesday went to Justin Henderson. Flight B went to Dason Pursley. Jacob Hughes won heat race number 1, Kerry Matson heat 2, Giovanni Scelzi heat 3, Buddy Kofoid heat 4, Sam Henderson heat 5, and Dane Kingshot won heat number 6. Gage Polkerbeck took the C feature, Giovanni Scelzi took the last chance showdown, and Buddy Kofoid pretty much dominated the feature over Sheldon Hodenshield, Garrett Williamson, Austin McCarl, and Cole Macedo. This was one of those where it just felt like the run of the mill kind of, Buddy shows up. He's been fast, obviously breaking all these records at Huset's, tying the most consecutive wins, whatnot, and pretty much put it on cruise for Wednesday. And then we'll talk about Thursday. I want to talk quickly about Austin McCarl. I was pleasantly surprised with Austin's speed. The invert kind of worked his way. Caleb Johnson and Christopher Traum started on the front row, which was really cool. But Buddy Kofoid gets away with the win.
What you got, Josh?
I was just going to say about Austin. He finally got a good finish up there. He has been fast and got taken out in that crash with a lapper and Ryan. What was it? The first week they were able to race. I don't know, week 4 or whatever it was. Cole Macedo, kind of same thing for him. He had a good run. Good to see that. And otherwise, it was kind of the Buddy show. So no big surprise there. Same for the next night also.
I want to throw it back to the Heat 1 winner. Lost a family member that week, Jacob Hughes. Super, super cool to see how excited he was after he won that heat race. I mean, we've talked about it on here before as quote unquote just a heat race, but after losing a family member like that, and I'm pretty sure that was the first weekend they were back on track after that. So I'm sure that was really, really special for him.
I got a chance to talk to him. I think Josh and I talked to him a little bit as well with Traum at one point before the pit gate opened, but I was able to talk to him down to the infield at one point Thursday night or Friday night. I was like, when are you coming back to Knoxville? And he's like, he said, I have a 305 engine, but he's like, I'm not going to run a 305 engine down there. And he's like, I want to get in a 360 possibly if I can get someone's 360. So I don't know if what Jacob's plan is, but he was here at Knoxville almost weekly last year. So good to see. There was good speed out of the 8 car, I thought, all week. And racing with heavy hearts out of that camp. So pretty cool to see for Jacob. That led us into Thursday night, where the heat races were some of the best I think I have personally ever seen at Huset's. That's just me. This was the whole format where it's the top 12 in points. Everybody goes on the front rows. So you have heat 1. If you win, you're off to the very front of the King of the Hill. So this was a must get. Buddy Kofoid got it. Sheldon Hodenshield wins heat 2. Dason Pursley wins heat 3. I was impressed with Dason through the first 2 days. The last 2 days did not go his way, but Dason had great speed in the first 2 days. Probably the best heat race of the year I've seen. Austin McCarl beat Donnie Schatz in heat race number 4. I don't know, that's got to be, there's a picture that someone with the Outlaws got of them banging tires off of turn 4, and they used it as the thumbnail for the final, the video recapping the whole night. That was one of the coolest heat races I've ever seen. Austin did not give up against Donnie Schatz, and he threw slider after slider. That was really cool.
I feel like Donnie could have dirtied him, or not even dirtied him, but raced him a little more aggressively, and it may have changed the way the rest of his Huset's hustle went. I don't know if you agree with that, Cade, because I thought there was some chances where he could have maybe chopped him just a bit, and he probably would have won the heat race, put him in the King of the Hill, and then you don't know what is going to happen from there. But good, clean racing overall, though.
Yeah, for sure. I think that one tire touch that actually got caught on through somebody's lens was the only one. I was actually really surprised with that. And yeah, it was cool to see Don up on the wheel like that too. And they're really lucky they didn't crash because they were really close a lot of times. But yeah, super cool to see both of them just duke it out straight up.
Christopher Traum won heat race number 5. Again, the week didn't end how Christopher Traum wanted to, but I don't think it should be a surprise that Traum is leading Huset's points. And he's not going to go away easy from Ryan Timms. I think that kind of proved a point. They got good speed. They got good qualifying speed. I was pleasantly surprised with Christopher Traum, and then Ryan Timms took heat race number 6. Buddy Kofoid was able to take the king of the hill. Dason Pursley did beat Sheldon Hodenshield, so he put Dason and Buddy on the front row. Dominic Dobish won the C feature. Tyler Courtney won the last chance showdown. And Buddy Kofoid was able to fend off Sheldon Hodenshield, Ryan Timms, Garrett Williamson, and Dason Pursley for the feature win. That's back-to-back top 5s for Garrett Williamson, who was just kicking himself. He felt like in Heat 3, he had the opportunity, and they banged tires coming off of turn number 4. That was an interesting conversation that I just kind of wanted to touch on. Kerry Madsen was quite upset about that on Thursday night. When they go up in the corner up in 3 and 4 in Huset, they really pinch each other. Like they pinch. And Josh and I could see it right when we were in turn 4. Luckily, that was the only time they really banged wheels, but Dason pinched Garrett enough that they made contact, and Dason was able to take off. Kerry didn't like it because he thought that it's what causes all those stack ups on the front straightaway. I don't know if you guys had any thoughts on that.
I would totally agree. I mean, it looks so big on TV, but when you're at Huset's, it's not really that wide. I mean, the corners are pretty wide, but I mean, entry a corner is super tight, and the way you have to arc to even get through the corner there because it's so short, really. Yeah, it's easy to stuff a guy in the fence and not even honestly know about it.
And I think that's where we saw a little bit of the issue with Mark Dobmeyer and Sheldon Hodenshield. I don't remember if that was on Thursday also, if that was on Wednesday. But Dobmeyer kind of chopped Sheldon. But to your point, Kate, I felt like he was kind of in the same type of situation where he was trying to arc it. Sheldon was trying to nail the bottom, and wham, bam, that's it. So, yeah, it's very tight. If you've never been to Houston, definitely get up there because it's quite the experience and really puts it into a different perspective. Like you guys said, I totally agree why Kerry was upset. He had every right to be.
If the week was 2 days long, we would have had the best picks ever. All 3 of us picked the top 3 for the Houston's Hustle on Thursday night. So really cool to see that Buddy wins again. I mean, just a lot of money, $150,000. The car was hooked up. Sheldon took chances, but just couldn't quite get there at some points. But yeah, fun feature overall.
And a good night, like you said. Good first couple of nights for Dason. Thought that was good to see. There's been noise around him just with kind of the way things have been going, and the noise didn't get any quieter after the second 2 nights. But overall, probably good confidence boost for him to get some results.
Yeah, absolutely,
for sure.
That moved us on to Friday night for the High Bank Nationals. David Gravel was able to take qualifying flight A. That was a fun flight. Connor Morell, who honestly should be very happy with how the last 2 days went out late, qualified second, put himself in great position for the rest of the weekend. Scott Brody went third. His weekend did not end well, but they had great speed late in that qualifying run, and then Spencer Baston took flight B. We talked to Spencer. Spencer seemed pretty happy, but felt like he could have maybe gotten a little bit more this weekend, but still overall was happy. Shout out Parker Price Miller, who showed up on Friday with Guy Forbrook and made the show, did everything right. That was pretty cool to see for them. But yeah, qualifying went by as normal, but qualifying was so important. Buddy Kofoid did not have the best qualifying effort, and that really set his week back. Ryan Timms won heat race number 1. Jacob Hughes wins heat race number 2. Kerry Madsen, Carson Macedo, Buddy Kofoid, and Terry McCarl took heat race number 6. Caleb Johnson won the C feature, and then Dason Pursley won the last chance showdown. And in the race of the week on Friday night, the track just didn't seem to do anything. We're like, man, it's going to be another snoozer. And then with 10 laps to go, the track woke up and something happened. And Donnie Schatz, Logan Schuhart, Sheldon Hodenshield just were everywhere. And it's coming to the white flag. You're like, Sheldon's got this. And Donnie somehow, someway makes the top of 1 and 2 work to then give him a chance in 3 and 4. And loses by 94 one-thousandths of a second in a photo finish against Sheldon Hodenshield. It gave me a smile, Cade, because Donnie Schatz doing Donnie Schatz things is awesome. Donnie Schatz doing Donnie Schatz things on the top is even cooler.
I was gonna say this is legit. Like every time we talk about Donnie, he does something crazy like this. Like just pulls it out of his ass and gets really close or wins it. One of the two. Straight up, like a great to see Donnie Schatz back in Donnie Schatz form. We've said it for I feel like 2 years now that if he can just kind of get things going the right way, it'll be a lot easier for him. And that team's definitely showing that right now. I feel like.
Definitely. I don't have much more to add to that. I mean, he's much better this year, and you can just tell that situation. We've talked about it multiple times here now that it's just meshing better, and everything just seems to be a little bit of a weight lifted off his shoulders. And he backed that up with another good run on Saturday also. And Blake, we would share. You can't talk there during the racing, of course, but we would share some looks, and I think you tried to knock me over one time when we thought that Donnie was going to take the lead from Sheldon. And like you said, race of the week. I wish I thought for a second this Saturday was going to be kind of shaping up that same way in the feature time, and it did not. But we got a hell of a show on on Friday. That is for sure.
And a good run for Logan Schuchart. Granted, he started on the pole. He led majority of the race, and Sheldon chased him down from about half a track back, or about a straightaway back. But give credit to Sheldon Haudenschild. I said a couple of weeks ago I thought he was probably going to start heating up, and I think he's in a prime position. That team seems like they're clicking. They got a good package, and Sheldon's just really good at Huset. So that was good to see for him, and then obviously great speed.
And we talked to him in Knoxville, after whatever it was, Friday night down here a couple weeks ago, and you can tell that confidence, kind of similar to Donnie, honestly, with the change of scenery. They've got confidence. He's got confidence, and the speed was there.
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head. I was definitely going to say it's very similar to Donnie, if not almost identical. It seems like.
Yeah. Does it give you guys? Well, I'll save it. I'll save it for when we talk about the feature. So we move on to Saturday night. We lost a couple cars. Unfortunately, Jack Anderson had a tough flip. Though they went home. Caleb Johnson had a tough flip. We had that video on our Knoxville Nights page. It's not our fault that we had the camera on it. Yeah, it's not our fault. Just nowhere to go. Everything kind of happened here on Saturday night. Sheldon Haudenschild took heat race number 1, puts him on the front row for at least guaranteed front row. Donnie Schatz won heat race number 2. David Gravel took heat race number 3. Logan Schuchart took heat race number 4. The only driver that started second and won his heat race was Bill Baylog. Bill Baylog got around Spencer Baston. Baylog gave himself a chance with the win in heat 5, and the Giovanni Scelzi took heat race number 6. The King of the Hill is where the night was won, Josh.
Yeah, one sec. So there was also some other drama between. We had a part 2 between Brian Brown and
how can I
Justin Henderson?
Can we set this up real quick before we do it?
Yeah.
I just thought this was kind of funny. So they're about to go green, and I guess they were switching out the cars on the track. And Brian Brown, Josh and I stood in turn 4, and Brian Brown's parked right here on the berm, and I'm looking at him, and I give him a thumbs up, and he looks at me, and he gives me a thumbs up. And I think I said something like, give him hell, Brian, or something. He's like, Blake, and I can hear him yelling. He's like, Blake, it's Huset's night in America, but man, I wish it was Knoxville night in America. And then unfortunately for Brian, goes off into turn 1 on the first lap and is trying to get down out of somebody else's way, but chops the nose of Justin Henderson and he flips upside down. Overall, I think Brian had a fine week, but yes, not good between two guys that have a history with each other, who then said words for each other.
Yeah, I hate that for Justin, for sure. I like Justin. I like Brian. Hate seeing anybody crash, especially like that. And Justin definitely had words for him, and we'll see if anything comes of it. I have no idea.
I don't know. They'll
You
be
drivers
around
are
each other
something
all
else,
week,
Cade.
all season. So
That's another classic case of Huset's being legitimately jet planes in a gym. I mean, shit like that's bound to happen, and honestly, I'm surprised it didn't happen more often than it did.
Yeah, it was similar to Caleb's, like you said, Blake. Yeah. We did post the short clip of it. I think it was Terry McCarl spun on Friday, and ironically, it was Justin that Caleb got up over his right rear just because he had nowhere to go. And thankfully, Caleb, last we knew, thought that it was fairly minimal damage with bolt-on parts and stuff, and not frame damage. So hopefully, that doesn't set them back at all.
Cage, you ever seen a flip like Christopher Trom's? That car pirouetted. I've never seen something like that. It climbed on top of a car, landed. That was so weird.
Yeah, it was interesting for sure.
And he got Jacob too, which sucked because, like you were saying, we had just talked to them earlier in the night, and then they go out and do that.
Good to see Casey Jedrzak seems to be doing better. He took a very hard hit with Chris Martin, so good to see that he's doing better. He was out of the hospital, so fingers crossed. I don't know. I wouldn't put money on it that he races this week at Cedar Lake, but still good to see him up and rolling.
It was a tough weekend overall for injuries, actually. I know, man, I wish I had those names. I saw Taylor Hall out in California had issues. Was it somebody with the IRA that also
I believe so.
had
Yeah.
a neck back injury? So
We had a
also the
17-year-old
Wayne,
killed somewhere in a
yep,
stock car, dirt car. So,
yep, the Wayne County incident with a car going into the
yep,
infield,
yep,
injuring what, three photographers. So thoughts go to everybody that has been caught up in those events the
yeah,
last week or so.
absolutely. The night arguably was won in the King of the Hill because David Gravel, Cody Jacobs, that entire team figured it out in the King of the Hill, and David was able to gain rows. He won heat race number 3, so he realistically would have started third, but he beat Donnie Schatz, and then he beat Sheldon Hodenshield, and that's what won him the race. End all be all, pretty much. Sam Henderson won the C feature. Shout out Sam Henderson. He could have gone home, but he didn't go home. He brought back a silver top wing and a silver nose wing, and he wrote his sponsors in normal font, 11 size font and Sharpie. You couldn't see it from the track, but down low
It
you
was
could see.
awesome.
They put the sponsors on the car. Shout out Sam Henderson, who almost got into the A feature, drove all the way up through the B at one point and almost got into the A. Emerson Axum wins the last chance showdown, and then the feature, David Gravel wins the feature. That's really all I have to say about the feature. Unfortunately, it was a tough draw. There's really no other way around it. Before, I think I said this last year, I'll say it again. The event's great. What Todd Queering does is amazing. The money's awesome. It's fun to watch. Josh and I will keep going back. There's no doubt about that.
And
But
Cade.
there's just and Cade eventually here soon. But it's just disappointing that's how the feature shook out. And I'm sure everybody on that Huset's team felt the same exact way. There's no way anyone there that walked away was like, man, I mean, that's the best we could do. Maybe it was the best they could do, but it was just a track that takes rubber, and that's just not what you want to see, Cade, for a race that pays $300,000 to win.
I'm sure Gravel wouldn't bitch about it.
No. But the conspiracy theories were arise when the Billion Auto car wins on a rubber down racetrack from the pole.
Oh, man.
But I will say, all credit to David Gravel. The car was unbelievable, and it got faster as the week went on. And it was a really cool car. He had the red paint job. He had the National Guard, or I think it was Sioux Falls Air Guard or someone on the car. So that was really neat. I think that was cool to get him the win, but that car was good. I mean, let's not sugarcoat it. It's not like David was just handed it. They had a fast car. At one point, he was leading by almost half a straight or half a track. So the 2 was good. It was just the track just was nowhere that anybody could really challenge him.
Yeah, and I feel like we have a track record of not shitting on track prep and the people
I'm not going to
that do
start.
that work. Yeah, I mean it's extremely hard when you also factor in the weather. Like Blake, we know that because we were watching it all freaking weekend. Like we had the potential, and there was a fear that there was a storm cell coming, and we could see it kind of working its way up to the south, and you have to consider that. You have to consider the rain that did happen earlier in the week, and I'm curious. It took rubber exactly in the lanes that they really tore up.
Touched it,
and, the most.
Touched it, yeah.
It'd be an interesting conversation to have. Personally, I'm genuinely curious to see if that had something to do with it, because you get the track so good, and Cade, from racing that when you tear it up and you put that much grip, everybody's going to go to it. So then you have 24 whatever cars on the bottom, then you have 24 cars ripping the top, and so then it's just like asking for rubber to get put down. And like you said, Blake, they work with the hand that they're dealt, and I have no concerns about there being any funny business like the conspiracy theorists have online about we got to make it rubber down and single link to David Gravel. There's no way that's happening, because Todd wants to have this be a crown jewel and everything. So yeah, unfortunate. We had great racing for at least 2-3 nights of the week, and it's just a bummer that it did end that way.
I feel like you hit the nail on the head too. It has a lot to do with that many cars running one lane at a time, pretty much. That, and I mean, that's a lot of race cars and a lot of laps throughout the whole 4 days of racing there. I mean, I would have had it lay rubber the second night if I was in charge of it. So I don't feel like they can be ridiculed by any means, but the internet's a tough place. People are going to do it anyway.
Not to mention, they raced more last week than they have all year on this new dirt and new configuration and everything. So they're still trying to figure it out, and it just kind of sucks that that's how it fell with how many times they've rained out this year also.
Yeah. Just tough. Tough tough card to be dealt with. I saw someone tweet it was perfect. The first 20 laps, everybody's in a train. Then, if you go back and watch, we had a 10-lap period where things really got interesting. The track was really starting to widen out. That's where Tyler Courtney, who finished runner-up, that's where he made his hay. And then the last 10 laps rubbered up. David Gravel picks up the win. Oh, go ahead.
Also, too, then the track sat for, what was it, 20 or 30 minutes?
Yes.
Which also does not help, during that red flag. So start racing, man. There's a lot of variables.
He'll have it. David Gravel picks up his second High Bank Nationals victory. Tyler Courtney almost took the extra $100,000. He came out of nowhere. Literally came out of nowhere. Good speed for Tyler Courtney in a season that probably he knows that it's probably not his best year. Still don't think he's won a high limit race yet. He won that Hobstop feature with the Outlaws, but other than that, a P2 finish. I did take a picture of the check that was ready in case somebody did win it. So they'll have to throw that aside if they bring it back. Donnie Schatz picks up P3. Boys, these are the type of nights and these are the type of weeks that make me think Donnie Schatz can still win a Knoxville Nationals. Am I crazy to think that?
Not at all.
Nope.
The fact that he can do this. And he made a good charge in the end. The speed's got to be there for Knoxville. Got to qualify right. Got to do everything right. But I was very pleased. The
qualifying is the
I was
key.
very pleased with Donnie Schatz this week.
Yeah, the qualifying is the key. It has not been super consistent when we've seen him at Knoxville. He had one or two nights, I think, maybe in the first weekend or second. I don't know.
I think he was a non-qualifier last year.
Yeah, multiple times in a non-qualifier at Knoxville, which is just nuts to say. That is the key, and everybody knows it. So it's not like I'm, breaking news here, but I think that they can do it. Like you said, put yourself in position come Saturday. If you get yourself in the show on Saturday, he himself has shown that you can win it from anywhere. So
yes,
I would not be surprised if we see the 15 battling for a nationals championship again this year.
I was going to say, honestly, if you even put him in the show for his prelim night, he's got a shot to win it because he, like you just said, he's done it before from way back.
Right.
Yep. And I see comments coming in. We will touch on those.
We'll catch those at the tail end. Yeah.
So if you got comments, questions, or anything, drop them now, and we will get back to once we touch on a little bit of Skagit stuff here.
High Limit sure did show out because they then put another one in the top 5, Giovanni Selzy, who still just hasn't won a race yet. But in the moment, I'm like, man, imagine if Gio's first win of the year is the High Bank Nationals. Gio's going to get one. And I know it's so cliche to say, but he is going to get one. Wouldn't be surprised if it's like a prelim night. That's usually how that works. But good run for Giovanni Selzy. Buddy Kofoid finishes 5th. It's a coulda, woulda, shoulda last 2 days for Buddy Kofoid. It just felt like he never really had a shot. And qualifying really hurt him on Thursday night. And that was
odd.
That's it. Yeah, it sets your 2 days. He went out, and I think he was like 8th at the time, and then he kind of dropped back. I think he ended up 11th or 10th. It's just really weird how things can change in 2 days, but it's all about your draw. It's all about what the track does, and Buddy leaves not empty-handed, $150,000, but interesting.
Not a bad week in the office at all, but I think when you've won whatever it was at one point, like 13 of 16 races or something stupid like that, I was shocked, Blake. I think we were on the outside on the backstretch watching, and he clobbered the berm twice in 3 and 4 and just killed his qualifying. I could not believe that. Kate, you haven't raced at Huset's, right?
Nope.
But you've raced at Bull Rings and racing at Knoxville. Just how easy is it to really screw your lap up, even at Knoxville, just by clobbering the berm?
Knoxville's a little bit, I don't know. It depends on the berm, and there's a lot of factors that go into it. But Knoxville's got a lot of wing speed, so you're kind of stuck until you're in the center of the corner. But I mean, if you give the wheel one twitch, you can monster truck it pretty easy. And I'm sure Huset's is like that too, because you get in there so hard and then your car starts like driving down the racetrack with the banking. And yeah, I see how it would be easy. And I kept telling myself and everybody, I was like, man, it's Buddy Kofoid. You can't count him out. And then it was just kind of like, meh, which sucked to watch. Yeah, for sure.
Overall,
like we walked the track, and I think just with our internet connection situation, I think the video only ended up making it on YouTube. So check that out if you're not watching on YouTube. We walked the track after Saturday night, and when we first got there, I was pretty shocked. Like the berm height was way different because of how much dirt that they added. The banking was crazier, and like it legitimately added a lot to that, and it explained a lot more once like seeing it in person why guys were like half a car up on the berm, like kind of like Chili Bowl almost earlier in the week. So it's changed things a little bit. Wasn't helpful in qualifying, that's for sure.
No, it wasn't. Overall, I give the week total, I give it about a 7 out of 10. I thought the prelim, the high bank hustle was great. I think that was about as good of a high bank hustle as we've had. I thought Friday night was great. It's just unfortunate Saturday night falls short. But I'm excited to see what they bring back next year. They did move the date back a week. We will wait and see what Skagit does to see if everybody kind of works together, plays along, and maybe there is no bounty going out next year, but we'll have to see.
It's better for the sport if they do. I hope they can get that figured out.
Moving on to Skagit, the Jim Raper Memorial Super Dirt Cup. We don't really have a ton to go off of. We were able to watch the nights that were late. Josh and I would get back, and it was about midnight Central Time when they were finishing up. First of all, I thought everybody did a great job. Skagit always does a great job. I thought Blake Anderson, he runs a great show over there. Caleb Hart did a good job. Wade Onger was on the broadcast, which was awesome to see. Wade calling a couple races. Wade will be back here at Knoxville this week. So it'll be good to catch up with Wado again. On Thursday, they had 53 total cars. Brad Sweet took qualifying flight number A. Tanner Thorson took qualifying flight number B. Number B.
Number
yep.
B, Blake.
Jeez.
Wow.
Mud flaps?
Yeah, mud flaps. The feature goes to James McFadden. James McFadden picks up the win in the Charlton 21. Remember, he won one of the NARC 5 fastest days. Bud Kading, or as Caleb Hart said, Kading, Bud edition. He was able to get the P2, and Bud made it interesting. I mean, made it really interesting on James McFadden. Darren Pittman, how about Darren Pittman, boys? That 69K going all the way out to Skagit and running well. Finishes P3. Tanner Holmes finishes 4th. Tanner Holmes was top 5 every single night. Don't look now. Tanner Holmes, they got a good package after that. Yeah, I got that big win past Shelby County. I don't know if you guys watched that night. If you guys got anything you want to throw it in. J-Max running Pennsylvania Speed Week, I think, coming up. And then obviously I expect to see him at Knoxville. So
just shows up and is fast, man.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
What are you going to do? Friday night. We had the same amount of cars, 53. I was expecting more, but at the same time, I'm not surprised. 53 total cars. Rico Abreu took flight A of qualifying. Trey Starks took flight B. Brett Marks picks up his second win of the season, outdueled James McFadden. Levi Hillier in that 26 car was lapping the other 26 car at one point. Brad Sweet and Tanner Holmes finished out the top 5. Brett Marks, man, once all it took was one win. And just so happened to be at Knoxville. And now it seems like things are rolling. And Brett Marks, man, happy for him.
Yeah.
That's all you got, Josh? Yeah?
Well, I was letting you go, man. Yeah. I was trying to also look something up, too. So.
Yeah, we said it, honestly, with Brent. We've said it with a couple other guys. And I feel like every time that it happens, it makes us look really smart. But you get that one win again and get that monkey off your back, and things just start clicking for you really, really easy. And I feel like we're starting to see that with Brent.
Yeah, he's had, let's see, I was trying to do this on the fly. Since May 30th, he has finished outside the top 3 twice. Pretty good.
Yeah, it's
and
impressive.
You start sprinkling in some wins there. Like, it's crazy that you can just make seemingly from the outside, which I know it's not, but seemingly from the outside, it's kind of small changes. But it sounds like there were some big changes that were made, and it's like that, and things are right back to, like, honestly, what was it, like 21, 22, Brett Marks, where he was just freaking winning
22
in the teens.
2022.
Insane. And I don't see him slowing down either. I mean, we're talking about like different, size tracks, different this and that, short track, half mile. He's won at Knoxville, ran well at Skagit, looked good at Shelby County, could have won there too. I don't see him slowing down, which is good for him because that he knows that he's capable of this also.
Yeah, absolutely.
For sure.
What'd y'all think of the slider that was going out everywhere? Rico Abreu and Jet Barnes get together in turn 2. I think that is a 15-year-old that was throwing sliders with Rico Abreu. Rico was throwing sliders with him, and one slider was misjudged.
I have a question for you, Kate, on this. So it's not like Rico didn't have a part in this also. He threw some big bombs at Jet also. They all cleared, to be fair. How easy is it to get caught up when you're up on the wheel? You're I think they were in a podium position, right? They were definitely top 5.
Top 5, yeah.
For sure. And how easy is it to just kind of get caught up in the moment and be like, shit, he's like, and because you know the more that you slide, guys, you're letting people catch up to you and everything. I feel like at that age, maybe just got a little caught up in the moment and misjudged things.
Yeah, for sure. And honestly, I felt like he made more of a mistake, like in the center of the racetrack, trying to throw it so hard, and that was honestly why they even hit, because he had, like, when that slider first started, he had plenty of momentum to clear Rico, no problem. And I think Rico honestly was like waiting till Jet got up there to cut back across him, and like next thing you know, it just landed right in front of Rico, and it was like, shit.
Yeah. It stinks. I mean, it was just one of those situations. I think Rico was checking on him, but at the same time, I don't think he was checking on him. I think he was kind of like, listen here, kid. Yeah, just kind of one of those things. Good to see both those guys. All right.
It was.
Jet's going to be great. He's going to be great. It's just he's 15 years old. Let's cut the kid a break just a little bit. That led on to Saturday night. Heat race number 1 was taken by Tanner Thorson. Levi Hillier won Heat 2. Darren Pittman, Heat 3. Devin Borden, welcome to Seattle, buddy, I guess. Heat 4. And then the feature. Brad Sweet leads every single lap, but it was a really good race. Darren Pittman, Brent Marks took every single shot he could at Brad, and Brad just nailed it. He joked he was looking out his rearview mirror. But he did. He nailed every single block, guarded every single line, and he nailed it able to take his first Dirt Cup victory. We think it's Paul Silva's second, but I thought that when Josh and I were looking it up, Shane Stewart won it back in like 2010, and it was in the Rocks. Well, we think it was in the Rockstar car, but most people are still saying it's the second one because Tyler Courtney won with Paul Silva back in like 2021 or 2022, whatever. So either way, cool win for Brad Sweet. Again, I mean, probably has a great chance to win the Nationals, like we talked about with Justin Fiedler. Brent Marks, good run. Darren Pittman, 3rd. Rico Aber, 4th. Tanner Holmes, 5th. Skagit puts on a good show, boys. It was a fun race to watch.
It was, and who picked Brad Sweet in the Dirt Tracker draft? Pretty good weekend for that guy.
You guys act like you're shocked that he just kicked ass. I mean,
he's retired, kid.
Yeah, retired.
Semi-retired. Okay. Well, that's what he says.
I will say it is tough. I don't know about you, but I picked gravel to win nationals. It's hard to win a lot of crown jewels in a row. Hard to win a lot of big races in a season. So the fact that I hope gravel didn't use up all of his good luck for Husets, and then when he gets
so much does have to go right.
I know
you have to put a whole week together, even out there. Up at Huset's nationals, it's tough, and it's easy to say this, but I truly believe, because we were watching it together, Blake, that I think if a couple things go differently, Brent had a few runs at key moments and just couldn't quite get there. He could have maybe pulled a slider like we saw, between the 14 and 24. He didn't, and he ended up getting another, podium out of the deal.
Yeah.
That makes a lot more money.
Yeah, it does.
Really cool. Yeah, it was overall a fun weekend of racing. Shout out to Justin Fiedler, who put out that big question that had a lot of people stirring about should these events count for points.
Yeah, let's talk about that. You brought that up to me on the way up there, Blake.
I don't know. The more I just kind of kept thinking about it, though, like a lot of people were for, just like Justin was saying, like, make them work because the points would look a little bit different. But I think even David Gravel commented and something along the lines of, you're not going to see as much aggressiveness because you're points racing, which is fine. Yeah. Like, I love that. But then I'm also at the side, I'm like, yeah, I like the aggressiveness because, when Macedo threw that bomb slider on Kofoid a couple years ago at Huset's, he probably wouldn't do that in a nightly show that he knew points were running for because he knows if I'm wrecked, I'm out. You also wouldn't see teams trying a couple things like he saw the Macedo camp put the Ford in the car this week. I don't know. I mean, I like it. I like the points, but at the same time, it's like, I don't know. There's just too much that plays into it.
I kind of so on that also, I saw that Todd Queering, he had a very nice response on Facebook to that video also, and he brought up a good point. In today's world with 2 national series, if it's an outlaw points event, that kind of puts them in a little bit more of that box than the high limit guys who maybe feel a little bit more of that, leeway to be more aggressive, make crazier moves, whatnot, and then vice versa for a high limit event. I know everybody wants to win. Cade, you can confirm that. You want to win every time you hit the racetrack. That's no different from anybody. You also know this year, though, that you sometimes do have to make business decisions when you're racing for a championship. And I get both sides. I think from a fan's perspective, it'd be great to have the points just because that's more drama for us to talk about and you know, to see and watch throughout the night. I wonder if there's kind of a middle ground maybe that you could have like kind of what Knoxville does when the Outlaws are in town, where, you know, if you're in the points, say in this case it's Knoxville, but say if it's a World of Outlaws event, and it's a crown jewel event, that you get so many show up points, and then if you earn above, like Knoxville's, if you earn above 200, you get to keep those. So that way you have a floor, so everybody's good. Something interesting. I don't know. What do you think, Cade?
I actually love the idea of just letting them race it out. Don't have the points involved. Let people race for some big money.
Yeah.
You know, we're kind of playing that game with our 360 shootout. It got brought up here a couple weeks ago, and like you said, if you kind of give it to where it's like a show up ish extra you get to keep, that's cool too. But I love the fact of like, I just try to put myself in that situation because we're kind of going through it right now. But like if you give me and Tasker a chance to try some shit and race really hard and not have to think about points, you're going to see some pretty cool stuff, I think.
Well, we know how much Tasker thinks about points when he's out there. Yeah. I don't think business decisions are really made from the one task.
No.
Fair point.
Yeah.
Fair point.
I don't know. There's a lot to look forward to about it all. So good conversations. Good conversations. You want to go through some comments? I did see a comment here. I have to bring this up. Leanne was talking about. You want me to say it? You want to say it?
I researched it here while we were chatting.
Well, I already knew it. It is not. It was it was promoted by Eldora. It was on Flow too.
It was unsanctioned. Yep.
Yeah, so that tells you all you need to know. But no, it was not. The $1 million race was an unsanctioned event that was promoted by Eldora Speedway. It was also on Flow Racing, so it would not have been a World of Outlaws event. So technically, yes, $300,000 was the highest paying for them all. So just thought we'd throw that out there. So
it was.
You got any other comments you want to run through?
Started some. Saw Lee and Ryan were saying, hey, it was cool catching up with Ryan, meeting him.
Cool catching up with a lot of people these past couple weeks.
Oh my gosh, dude, Cade, you missed out. We saw so many people up there that stopped us, said, hey,
dude, I love the show.
Yeah, and if you see us, me, Cade, anybody, please stop it and say hi. We really enjoy hearing from everybody. I'm not going to be able to name them all, but it was cool. We got to meet Toby from Hoagie's Garage, chatted with him a lot on Saturday, which was awesome. I know they're doing some stuff maybe today or tonight. Got to see Snow with the bench racing and everything, and Megan Close. She caught a picture of us, Blake, when we were waiting to get in the racetrack, which was cool. Was good seeing everybody that we get to see up at Huset's. I'm guessing Mike asked if Tim's will go to Knoxville. If you're talking about this weekend, yes, he is. He's going out to Montana for Friday night.
Burning the midnight oil.
Yes, and then they are going to really be hauling it back to Knoxville on Saturday. Yeah. Also we got people watching. Oh,
Australia. Oh, sorry. I thought
we got Australia. Looks like we got an Australian coming to the Nationals in 6 weeks. Is crazy, man.
Yeah.
Gee, I didn't even realize that.
It's gonna fly up on us soon.
Yeah, we're moving, man. Lou Seipel tuning in. You already told Gravel, Lou? Oh man, I don't know how I feel about that. Well, at least Gravel should know that. At least that's why I picked him. But I did pick up a Gravel shirt after the race of the car that he won in.
Confirm.
Yeah, I know.
Was it red?
It was red because the car was red. It was red.
Yep. Agreed.
Ryan, you're right. Donnie was on it. Like there was a time we were sitting down in turn 4 and Donnie came in on his scooter checking out the track and he's locked in. Nobody was really going to talk to him anyway, but yeah, he was locked in. So
appreciate that, Dave.
Yeah, we appreciate all the good comments and whatnot. And yeah, it's going to be an exciting couple weeks coming up for Knoxville. My dog is
wonder who
whining.
I can pester. We can't hear it, so that's good.
I know.
You know,
that is
he
good.
clearly needs to go outside very soon. So,
well, I think we're gonna be wrapping here soon. I'm putting a stop to the camera slander. We're on a bad stretch right now, boys, with having the onboard cameras. Caleb was the last victim, but I will say, Cade, you won with it on there, so I don't think I have too many enemies at the racetrack. I think we should be able to get some cameras, get some onboard stuff this weekend, and I know the 24H is always available if if I need to.
Yeah, for sure.
Did you like the graphic I made for you this week? Nobody else has seen it yet.
I know. I like it.
Very nice. It's very nice.
The one from the Outlaw night that didn't happen was also nice.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Good test run.
I even threw in the big cancel one just in case so people would know. I sent it to Maggie. I'm like, you can post this if you want. I don't care. But, yeah. I tell you what, though, I don't know what the weather's going to be for this weekend, but it's going to get hot next week. The dog days of summer are coming, so if you're coming to the track, make sure to stay cool and stay hydrated. Because it's
last I looked, it looked pretty decent. I thought it was going to be maybe upper 70s, chance of rain late in the evening. So hopefully we can get things moving along and get done at a decent time. But it's going to be Farm Bureau Financial Services Night and the Knoxville Raceway Hall of Fame induction, like we talked about earlier. This will be our only show for the week. Blake, you're going to have your Walkers walkthrough. That'll drop at 8 a.m. on our socials and on YouTube.
I have to record that here. Fun.
Hey, getting a good test run right now. Be good. Maybe we can have a dog appearance since you didn't.
Yeah, we'll see.
Bring your dog here. And not sure who we're going to get. I think it might be cool to maybe chat with maybe Clint Garner, Josh Higday.
I don't want to spoil it. We made a good acquaintance on Saturday night.
We did.
We've been talking about him.
If you know Blake,
for a long time.
we made a
great acquaintance on Saturday night. Very soon we will have a certain someone up north possibly joining us here on the show. So just letting you know.
Blake was smiling even bigger than he is right now.
After that conversation. Kid in the candy store for sure.
Oh yeah. Let us drop some comments. We've been toying around with the idea of doing more of these lives. It's a little more free and loose, and we can interact with people, which is fun. So if you like it, let us know. If you don't, let us know. Comment anyway. What's the emoji, boys? What's the emoji for tonight?
Let's go.
Blake's got it.
Man.
Snowman?
What is a good emoji? No, I think we already did snowman.
No, we haven't done a snowman yet.
I'm going to get ice cream after this, so put an ice cream cone emoji.
There you go.
So there we go.
All right.
That's all we got. Make sure to subscribe, watch on YouTube, create a Dirt Vision account wherever you're watching. Listen to us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and all our platforms. Follow Knoxville Nights on all of our social medias. Josh, Cade, and I's social medias will be in the description below. Thanks for watching Knoxville Nights, presented by Jetco. We'll see everyone next week.